Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Crisilla, and this is my presentation on how motivated reasoning affects the communication and understanding of climate change. Scientific evidence reveals that climate change is taking place all around the world at unthinkable rates. Reports by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change reveal that over the last 100 years, global temperature has increased by 0.85 degrees Celsius. To some, that might seem insignificant, but our climate has seen the warmest temperatures over the last 30 years, with 2016 being the warmest on record. The rising of global temperatures is due to the drastic increase in the amount of greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere by humans. Anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions have almost doubled in amount since 1970 to 2010 and are higher than ever before. These significant changes in temperature and greenhouse gas emissions will continue to cause impacts on ecosystems and humans around the world. Despite all the evidence presented by scientists about climate change, there still remains skepticism surrounding this topic. A study created by the Yale Program on Climate Change Communication found that 1 in 6 Americans, about 16%, think global warming is not even happening. Shown in the following picture, the study also concluded that 55% of Americans recognize that global warming is mostly caused by humans, whereas 32% believe it to be mainly caused by natural changes in the environment. Another study by the Pew Research Center revealed that there is clear polarization in the topic of climate change and how it is caused. 69% of Democrats said climate change was mostly due to human activity, compared with 23% of Republicans. As you can see from the following image, the percentages have remained relatively consistent over the years. But what could be causing this divide in the support of climate change? It could be argued that the polarization of climate change is linked to the cognitive process of motivated reasoning. Motivated reasoning is the idea that individuals process information under biased judgments and interpret this new information in favor of one's beliefs. In order to avoid cognitive dissonance, individuals will alter the way information is processed. The mechanisms listed could take place during the process of motivated reasoning. Selective exposure is when individuals seek out information from sources that are likely to confirm their opinions, but avoid information that challenges them. Selective judgment is when individuals question and ridicule information that challenges their beliefs. Selective memory is when individuals are more likely to remember things that are consistent with their beliefs, but forget things that are inconsistent with them. And lastly, selective perception is when a message is consistent with an individual's beliefs. They are more likely to understand the message, but miss the message when it's not consistent. One study in 2017 examined the impacts of people's political backgrounds on their opinions on climate change. The scientists analyzed survey responses from 2010 and 2014 to the question, from what you know about global climate change or global warming, which one of the following statements comes closest to your opinion? The options for the response are shown in this slide. The results indicated that Democrats were more likely to believe climate change is occurring compared to Republicans. When asked years later, opinions did not alter into believing in climate change, confirming the evidence for motivated reasoning. In the communication of science, there has been a shift away from mainstream media sources to the online world. Americans are using the internet as their main source for information on science, and this has only been increasing over the years as shown in the following images. But these new online environments are making it easier for people to select news and information that share similar viewpoints as their own, adding on to the motivated reasoning already occurring. Therefore, it could be narrowing people's perspectives instead of widening them with the millions of voices that are on the internet. Many scholars suggest that framing should be used to effectively communicate climate change. This targets different audiences and allows for an alternate way of understanding climate change and creating personal connections. Another suggestion is to increase the trust in scientists. The following image shows that trust in scientists varies within political parties. But people make better judgments when learning information from people they trust. One way to increase trust is to provide more public engagement and outreach. This allows both scientists and the public to learn from each other and reevaluate their perspectives. But overall, more research is needed to find effective ways in communicating climate change. The communication and understanding of climate change is highly influenced by motivated reasoning. Motivated reasoning leads to the polarization of opinions and affects the production of policies to combat climate change. There is not one concrete solution to effectively communicating climate change, but the previous solutions can be a start. Scientists and the public need to work together to help create actions that will help the future of our planet before it's too late. These are my references, and thank you for watching.